Alright, ready? Alright. Fred, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing you. Last time we was out in Las Vegas when Bernard Hopkins fought another guy from the UK in Joe Kawasaki. Now you're up against another guy from the UK. You got our proper own raised Ricky Hatton. What kind of strategy are you going to bring to the table to nullify that intense pressure that Ricky Hatton brings?
Well, intense pressure doesn't really work if you don't stand in front of the guy. So the thing is, Manny Pacquiao's got great movement, and you know, after Ricky lands combination, he wants to bowl forward and kind of use his shoulders and his strength and kind of bull you against the ropes. And you know what? We're not gonna, you know, we know not to stand there. You know, the thing is, Pacquiao's a very mobile fighter, and we use angles very well. We use lateral movement very well, and you can see that in the Oscar fight and the Diaz fight. He's fought 2 perfect fights in a row, and I expect him to fight a 3rd perfect fight with Ricky.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So, with Ricky Hatton's bullying tactics, you're saying that the way that you're going to go out and nullify, your fight is going to go out and nullify is by popping the shots and moving off?
Popping like 5-6 shots because we have that kind of speed. Because Ricky's not that fast a foot. He's very slow on his feet. I've studied him a lot. Yeah. He's got fast hands, but he's got slow feet. So you stand there, pop the shots. Pacquiao's a combination fighter. You get off to the side, Ricky goes right by you.
Yeah. Well, you yourself, because you worked with great fighters way back in the past, like Virgil Hill. And I remember when you worked with Marlon Starling against Lloyd Hannigan in February 1989.
My favorite fight.
Your favorite fight. That hurt my feelings because Lloyd Hannigan was I was the biggest Lloyd Hannigan fan at that time. From those times till now, you know what I mean? Because you was underneath like Eddie Futch, you know what I mean? How's your game plan changed so much? Because like you was with the great man Eddie, and now everyone's looking at you as a great man. How's that transition? How do you feel about that?
Well, it feels great because Eddie taught me a lot, and you know, I'm following his footsteps, and he was a great mentor for me, and I just, I just hang around good fighters. I mean, the thing is, if it wasn't for my fighters, I wouldn't be anything because you know what, they do the work. Right. And the thing with Pacquiao is like Floyd said the other day that he'll blame me. Manny Pacquiao will never blame me because he knows that when the bell rings, he has to fight and I sit down. So, and I know that also. So I give the credit to the fighter. Manny Pacquiao is a machine. He works hard. He's dedicated. He follows my instructions well, and he knows that from the outside you can see a lot better than inside sometimes. So he listens very well. And the thing is, he knows now he's finally at the point where I got him where we got a game plan and he knows how to stick to it.
Right.
And, you know, that wasn't always possible when he was younger, of course, but now he's more mature. He fights much smarter, and I think this fight's made for us.
Okay.
Made for us. Ricky Hatton, it's a great style because he's going to make us look great because he tries so hard.
Even more great than the De La Hoya, because in that fight with De La Hoya...
yeah, much greater than De La Hoya because he's going to bring more to the table because he has a lot of balls.
Okay, because you said in the build-up to the De La Hoya fight that you saw certain things inside De La Hoya why you knew he wasn't going to win that fight.
Definitely.
But you never broke it down. Could you explain now that fight's over? What did you see inside De La Hoya?
Well, you know, the thing with working with Oscar is that he doesn't know how to cut the ring off, and he knows, and he always ends up following fighters. So with Pacquiao southpaw stance, I worked it so we would just step off in the angle, and Oscar would definitely just turn into punches all night long, and it happened every minute of the fight. And you know, he just fundamentally he has a flaw, and I saw that flaw when I trained him for the Mayweather fight. And everyone thought, why did he stop using the jab in the Floyd fight after 5 rounds? Because I taught him how to cut the ring off. First 5 rounds he was cutting the ring off. Mayweather was in front of him. The jab was working. Then he forgot about cutting the ring off and started following him. It was a step behind him. All of a sudden, Mayweather's here, and the jab wasn't there anymore. It was an adjustment that Oscar didn't make.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with what Floyd did. Floyd just fought his natural fight.
Right.
But
one thing that Floyd said
him.
is that he was amazed that for somebody of his record that De La Hoya didn't move his head. He said, I'm amazed, how did he beat all these people? He doesn't move his head.
I tell you what, I said, you know, for the knowledge that he has in boxing, I said he came a long way because his knowledge of boxing is not that great. But you know what? He's just did it on his natural ability and his heart and will.
Right.
So you know. But
Also, we got.
And Ricky's the same type of fighter. You know, I've been watching him for a long time. I've got his last 20 fights.
Yeah.
One of my friends from the UK gave me him. So,
right. Give us his name so we can find him, because we want Ricky Hatton to win for our country.
But the thing is, you know, I expect him to be at his best, and you know, I think that Floyd will try to make him a better boxer and so forth. But once he gets hit in the first round, he's going to go back to what he does best, and that's fight hard and use his bullet tactics. And the thing is, one thing I'm going to demand is a very strong referee also. To not let him get away with all the holding and pulling, because he gets away with a lot more in England than he will in America, of course.
No doubt. Also, over the weekend we had a superb fight with Diaz Marquez, and that was an excellent fight.
Beautiful fight.
Right. And then watching that, do you think like Amir Khan fighting someone of Barrera standard, could that be like one fight a bit too deep for Amir Khan here because of Barrera's experience?
It could be, but I weigh the pluses and minuses, and I thought about taking the fight because when Warren offered it to me, and I accepted the fight finally after thinking about it, because I think it's a perfect time to fight him. And you know, seeing his last fight where he fought a guy 1-7 and struggled with him and got cut and so forth, it was a foolish fight for him to take, of course. But he, you know, it is what it is, and I think that it's perfect time for Amir to beat If Amir can't beat Barrera, then maybe he needs to think about doing something else.
Okay. So your prediction for that fight would be, champ?
Oh, we're going to knock Barrera out.
Okay.
We are.
Freddie?
I mean, Amir is a great athlete. He's come a long way. And you know what? My new assistant, Michael Moore, you know, Michael, 3-time world champion, and a good southpaw. He's going to help me with Pacquiao.
Excellent
but I tell you what, he's very technical, and he's like my third eye right now, because I'm working in the midst with the guys, and he's helping me with adjustments, and it's working out very well. He's great to have an assistant of that caliber, and I'm glad to have him. And he unfortunately won't be here for the Amir fight, but you know, him and Amir are very close right now, and they get along very well, and they work very close together. And we're trying to perfect Amir, and he's a very capable guy. I think he can do it.
All right, last thing before I go, fantasy fights. What do you think would have happened if Charlie Burley would have fought Sugar Ray Robinson?
Charlie Burley and Sugar Ray Robinson, I think they fought.
No, they didn't fight. They didn't fight.
Sure?
No, they didn't
because
fight.
Now Eddie Fudd said Burley's the best fighter.
Yeah, that's right. Because you was an Eddie Fudd student, that's what Mark's.
But the thing is, I talked to Mike Tyson about that.
Yep.
And Mike Tyson said Burley was pretty good though, but he lost to Ezra Charles twice.
Yep, that's right.
So, you know, was he really? I don't know. You know, the thing is, a lot of people ducked him, of course, and so forth. But I didn't have a chance to see Charlie Burley, so I don't really have. I've just no stories about him, you know. But I'd really like to see him fight. But I met him the year he went into the Hall of Fame, a year before he passed away. But it was a great thing to meet guys like that in the boxing world.
All right, Freddie, it's been an honor speaking to you, champ. All right, take care.